Welcome back. Game for the game. I'm Larry Brooks, Larry M. Brooks, Big Larry. But before I get started, man, go too far. Happy birthday to my Aunt Peggy. That's a very strong and determined woman there, man. Very strong, man, and resilient. That's the word I was looking for. Resilient, man. She's successfully overcome cancer at least 4 times I know of. I'm talking about through the whole treatments, all the whole shebang, chemo, everything, man. And on top of that, after her last successful fight with cancer, maybe a week or 2 after she rang that bell, coward shot her in the damn face and neck, man. Killed her daughter and her grandbaby. You know what's up with this cup, then you know what's up with it. What's up, Keyshawn? But anyway, I'm gonna address that whole situation one day, and that'll probably be therapeutic just to get a rundown of that night. But happy birthday, man, Amy. I love you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you always been there for me. Day one. You know, that's my mama's little sister, and she been there. My mother was in the Army, and she was a single parent in the Army, and that was very out the ordinary for a single black woman to be in the Army. She had 2 sons, so my Aunt Peg lived with her, so that when my mother would go to the field or go whatever her duty had her doing, my aunt would keep us while my mother was away, and then she'd come back. She might be gone for 2, 3, 4 months at a time, but my aunt had us in school, all that good stuff. Man, today might be one of the realest things I'm gonna put down for you, son. Because once again, as long as I stay within my purpose, man, this is easy. And I want to make sure you understand this, son, because the object of the game is for you to be a better man than me. And the subjects I'm going to talk about tonight are things that took me a long time to even understand that they were issues for me. It took a long time. It's 2 things, man, that prohibit you from being successful. As 2 major things that will prohibit you from being successful. Let me retract that and spit it out a different way, man. 1, failure to control your emotions. They got a place for you. You can't control your emotions that they send us. 2, failure to control your sex drive, man. Failure to control your sex drive. They got a place for you too if you can't control that. And like all things I like to talk about, I'm gonna break them down individually and go beneath the surface on them. But before I start there, I'm gonna build my foundation like this. If you ask 1,000 men to define success, you'll get 1,000 answers. If you ask 1,000 men to define failure, there's but one answer. Failure is a man's inability to accomplish his goal. Once again, if you ask 1,000 men to define success, you're gonna get 1,000 answers. If you ask 1,000 men about failure, there is but one. If you look at that and examine that statement there, that means there's a lot of different ways to be successful. Some men, they don't have to have no money, no material possessions, but they're a stay-at-home father. They feel like their life is a success. Some men could care less about having a child. They want to build an empire at somebody's company where they rise up the corporate ladder. That's success to them. A lot of men could care less about that. So those 2 men are on 2 different ends of the spectrum, and they will not define success. One will look at one like a failure, and the other one will look at the other one as a failure. So once again, failure is an inability to accomplish your goals. And the 2 biggest things in our community that we've been taught backwards, that I'm gonna give you this game for the game to try to help break some of those generational curses we've been chained with, and we keep carrying generation after generation after generation. And I'm speaking in your bloodline, my family. I ain't gonna speak on nobody else, you know. failure to control our emotions, I'm gonna start there, me personally, and I'll use myself as a teaching tool. Before I was known for anything, I was known for being able to transmute my temper, my failure to maintain myself with violence, you know. I couldn't control my emotions. You upset me, man, I was gonna react violently. You know, all my cousins, they like, don't do him, because he's gonna do something strange, you know what I'm saying? Even if I was the tiniest thing, I'm gonna find a way to bring you some violence, man. And so that's what I was known for. And I didn't have to, and when you in the hood, there ain't nobody making you control your emotions, you know what I'm saying? Like if you got a temper, hey, that's not frowned upon to have a temper. But that's in the 90s, man. Today's world don't work like that. And I wasn't successful not controlling my temper. Yeah, I was nice in the neighborhood, but I stunted my own growth. I messed up so many opportunities by snapping, getting mad, choosing violence or choosing anger. And also noticed people started catching on. I couldn't control my temper. And so they would play on that. People that was more in control of their emotions, smarter than me, for example, you know, they knew my mouth. Like if they could upset me, they could get me to talk reckless. You know what I'm saying? I'll heal with the dozen. I get the cussing, I turn into Red Fox, man, on your ass. You know, and next thing I know, people gather around, listen to me. Somebody done poked the bear. Now I'm talking crazy and reckless, cussing and entertaining. This person done played on my emotions. Now I'm entertaining the crowd, everybody laughing. And I finally caught on. I didn't catch on to they was playing on my emotions, but I caught on that they was making me emotional to get me to act a fool. And I ain't like being a fool for nobody. I ain't like being entertainment. Like they using me, they riling me up just so I can talk reckless, man. But that's still superficial, man. Like if you can't control your emotions, they got a place for you, man. Son, for the black man. Black men who can't control their emotions go out in these streets and they slide. You know? Women are emotional, man. That ain't nothing derogatory, it's just supposed to be facts, man. A lot of black men get raised by women. So we learn to be overtly emotional, man. Overly emotional, man. Just everything's emotional. Oh man, buddy tried me, so I gotta do something. I'm gonna crash out. Now you done threw all your life away because somebody made you emotional. They made you mad. They stepped on your shoes. You mad. You done threw something away for it. Or nowadays, that's old school. They step on your shoes. That was a big deal back in the 90s and whatever. Somebody step on your shoes, you gotta put some hands on them or do something because that's disrespectful. Even if they did it on accident, you're supposed to get some emotions about that. You know, somebody talk down on your name, disrespect your name. You got to go handle that, man. You get emotional, you get mad, man. You got to go do something about that. But look, that's what they want you to be. Because a man can't control his emotions. He can't be no leader. Don't ever follow the man who can't control his emotions. The man who can keep himself the calmest in the fire is going to be the leader, man. That's why usually that's one of the great components of a leader. Extreme control of his emotions. You don't get riled up. And so that's why I want to make sure you understand one of the biggest paths to failure is the inability to control your emotions. 2, the inability for the black man to control his sex drive. You're a black man, so I'm gonna say it like that. The inability of a black man to control his sex drive. And like I said, man, I'm speaking on things that altered the course of my life. I wasn't able to control my emotions. That's something I'm still working on. I've got a lifetime better than what I was. Trying to calm myself, keep myself at a good medium frequency, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep myself in that middle ground. That's been a trial for me in my life, man. And so the whole purpose is you to be better than me. So if I can bring it to your attention earlier, I believe, then you can start working on it earlier. And you know, like nobody ever told me, man, hey, if you losing control of your emotions, you're gonna lose control over everything. Because you can do everything the same way. You can control your emotions, you can do anything in this world, man. If you can stay calm under pressure, you can do anything. So a lot of things I was able to stay calm under, but I still wasn't half as good as I wish I would have been, man. And not to say emotions is a bad thing, man, because my emotions became a defense mechanism as well. I know I could snap and get myself all the way to 100 at a drop of a dime. And so I could do things, handle business in a certain way, quicker. I can move quicker. I can get to anger fast. So I can get to the violence and do things that we have to do to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like my emotions became a defense mechanism, most definitely. So it helped me survive where the skinny cats die. What Pa say in the city, skinny, how the niggas survive where the skinny niggas die. Yeah, I ain't in no rush, man. Drink this water, man, and tip this cup to Keyshawn, man. Like I said before in a previous episode, I'll keep explaining it. In the black community, man, a lot of us get blessed to get raised up in villages, man. And I'm from a village off of 563, Wallaceville Road. And what I mean by village, I mean, man, I got 10 uncles on the same street, 3, 4 aunts, 2 grandmothers, my daddy, So I could walk outside. And when you grow up in a village that tight, cousins disappear. All you got is brothers and sisters out there, really. Because if it's 7 days in a week, 5 of them I spent the night with my cousin. We hung out with each other 24/7, never broke contact. Even when it was time to eat, we got the same grandma. We both going up in there, get something to eat. Grandma down the road, I got cousin down there, so on the same road, one way in, one way out. So I never left out because both of my grandmas on the same street. So I never went nowhere. So I say that to say I'm setting the stage for the village. I'm gonna address that a whole lot more with the importance of that, man. Like that is a humongous foundation for my upbringing and how I come across the way I come across. Because I was raised by a village. It takes a village to do something, to make something like me, I feel, because I had my ear. I got 10 uncles whispering in it every day. 10 uncles watching how I step on the street, watching how I stand. Boy, tighten up, straighten up. Hey, you better do something. Hey, that ain't for you. All day, I couldn't make no bad moves. Somebody gonna step on me. But I say that village and I speak on Keyshawn because I call her my sister. She my first cousin, but I say sister. But anyway, man, when I pick up this cup, I like it's like the last gift she bought me, man. For Father's Day, once again, her life got snatched away by a coward, same coward that shot my auntie Peg and my niece, her daughter, But anyway, man, that cup just keep my sister with me, man. Let's see, I have her obituary somewhere around here. I wanted to show a picture. I'll get to that on the next one, I guess. But back to the game plan, man. 2, failure to control your sex urge, man. Man, that's an onion. Meaning many layers. And that's ironic in the black culture. I'm telling you, failure to control your sex urge is one of the gateways to failure. That's the purpose of this here particular lesson I'm giving you. How to avoid failure. First, you gotta learn to control your emotions. If you wanna, that's one huge way to avoid failure, learn to control your emotions, because not having the ability to control your emotions is a direct path to failure. 2, failure to control your sex urge. Man. And I say it's ironic because in the black community, most of us live in the hood, projects, whatever it's all the hood though. Whether you're from the projects, which I'm not, or you're from the hood below the poverty level where there's a bunch of black people piled on top of each other, that's the only place they'll let you live. That's where I'm from, the hood, where there's 4 or 5 generations of families living on the same land over and over and over. Nobody don't leave that area, we just reproduce and stay. That's the environment I'm from. Everybody below poverty line where you don't even know there is a poverty line. Everybody living the same, so it doesn't really matter. It ain't like you looking over there and they got a big old house. Nah, we all live in trailer houses. Nah, we all live 10 deep in our grandma houses. We all sleep on the floor. We all maybe have, you know what I'm saying, got a stitchy car coming from this house going to that house. We boil water on the stove and pour it. That's the environment, setting the stage, man. But sex drive, failure to control it. One thing that's taught up in that village is this here. A man is somebody who get a lot of women. That's taught. I was taught that. I was showed that. Man, how you think I got this many children? But you gotta understand what we're talking about right now. We talk about success. Now, it's not the problem that I got a bunch of children that altered my success. It's my inability to control my sex drive as a young man, to narrow down, even narrow. I was very selective, but should have been even more selective, son. Because when you give away your sex energy, man, you give away the greatest power you got. And the more sex partners you have, the more spread out you become. I go so far with this here. I'm gonna holler at you about this. They say a man can never lose a woman chasing money, but he can lose plenty of money chasing women, right? So that's why I say control your sex urge, man, because you spread yourself so thin. Because a man will do anything for sex the woman of his choice, man. A man will. Me, for instance, when I was young, I was chilling and I was offered some sex and I was in Atlanta. One of my girlfriends called me and said, "Hey, I'll be in New Orleans in about 5 hours, man." I was like, "Damn, I gotta be at work in a day and a half." New Orleans is 8-9 hours away. Didn't think nothing of it. Drove down there for that vagina, man. Got that vagina hung out for a half a day. 8 hours back to goddamn Atlanta, boy. Just like that. Got to work, went straight off, jumped off her and jumped in the car and went straight to work. So tired, slept in the damn break room for the first hour after I got there because I was exhausted. You know, I could have been rested up. I didn't work no overtime that day. I was tired. You know, this is done 20 years ago. So, but I was so tired. I remember I just slept, but it was worth it to be like, yeah. But as I got older, I started learning, like, man, the more you spread out there, the less time you got to be successful. Because you so spread out on your sex energy, you chasing women or you up watching porn all night instead of using that same energy to build your empire. Like, your sex energy is the most powerful energy you got. And so you have to be selective, even with yourself, man. You have to control yourself, slow down, man. Like, man, Big H, man. Brian Bankhead, Booby Trap, Monte. You know, we all, these are my peers. We all got more than 6, 7, 8 children, different women, right? If I was to bring all my peers I grew up with on 563, that all of us got all these 6, 7, 8 children, and ask them, hey man, if you would nobody regret having their children. I ain't trying to say that, but I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, if you would have took your energy away from chasing women, where would you be? You know, because in our mind, that's why I said the irony of it, we get taught to give our energy away. We get taught you not a man unless you out here conquering women and spending time chasing women hours and hours and hours out the day when you could have been chasing some money. I don't care if you get money, I got money, but I don't have nothing compared to what I would have if I didn't spend 60% of my time thinking about how I was gonna conquer some women. Man, I would watch women and learn their patterns and put myself in position to acquire the most exotic women. I see them, I see what they work like. I worked in a building with gorgeous women, but I just, you know, so I just see how can I get that one, not just walk up to her and pull her, but I had to strategize and plot on her and position myself to win. Man, that's energy I was taking away from making myself successful. You know, I blew up so many great relationships because I had a good woman, and I couldn't focus on that relationship because I got her in the bag. Man, I need 3, 4, 5 of them on the side. And our society is not a polygamous society. Now, I ain't saying it ain't player. I'm talking about you can't have no multiple wives, bro. If you want to be single and run women, you got money, want to be a player, hey, be you, bro. I ain't saying you can't do that, but I'm saying if you want to build an empire, you want to build a successful business, you have to slow that down. For example, that coach from Boston, he threw his whole career away because he couldn't control his sex energy. He could have those women, but he would have been more powerful if he would have not had them. He just went to the finals. He got a brand new point guard. Everything's in place. He got a storied franchise. You know what I'm saying? One of the top 2 storied franchises in the league. You got the Lakers and the Celtics. You the head coach, and you got a full roster of 2, 3 all-stars, man. He want to bang up everybody, man. I pray for that brother because nobody ever told him if you give away your sex energy, you give away your power, literally. He is the biggest example right now. Anyway, man, today I was trying to, sometimes I feel like I'm rambling on. Sometimes I feel like I'm all over the place, man. But I'm gonna change directions, man, because I feel like I don't want to overtalk what I wanted to give you. So I'm gonna go a different direction and just add that other thing I like to throw out there. Like, sometimes you do your best work when you don't want to work. When you're too tired or your energy shaking, you feel down, life beating up on you, man. But today was my aunt's birthday, man. And right before I was ending my work day, I got some horrible news. I had done messed up something about really bad that was 100% my fault. And it just shook me like, damn, I made a huge mistake. I messed that up. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of dollars of mistakes I made right there, just relaxing for one moment mentally. And it messed up a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to go back and redo. But, you know, it's just, I'm a perfectionist. I don't like messing up on that level. Nobody even know but me. But I'm embarrassed myself, and it brought my energy down because now I gotta go replace that energy and do all that work again. So I didn't really want to come in here and, I was like, man, I don't want to wallow, but I sometimes also I wanted to say 2 things. I got to take my own advice sometimes. I knew I was down. I was like, damn, I messed up my energy. And sometimes I used to, when I was young, I used to be like, man, I'm tired from work. I don't want to hit that gym. But I had the best workout when I forced myself to go in there. And today I forced myself to come in here because I just messed that project up, messed that equipment up that I got to go repair, that I got to replace parts on. And I didn't, thousands of dollars wasted, time wasted. I got to, probably will have to explain my mistakes and answer to somebody because I don't work for myself in that capacity. So I was like, that was on the back of my mind. But at the same time, I had already prayed and God gave me this message to come here and talk to you. And I'm going to deliver this message and do this work even with that other behind, because I know sometimes, man, you do your best work when you ain't feeling like working, man. And you got to take your own advice. The other day I said, when you get knocked down, you have to know you down and then stand back up, stand up. But what is standing up? What is standing up? Because I thought about that this morning. Like, I'm telling my son, stand up when you're down. What the hell does that even mean? Stand up. Literally? Get up? No. Standing up, to me, there's this word, transmute. To take one thing and change it into something else. Like the alchemist. You want to transmute energy. When God gives you energy, what I mean by standing up, you down, you got bad energy, it's still energy. The same energy that's holding you down, you have to be able to grab and harness that particular energy right there. That same energy that's knocking you down. that make you feel low, that make you not want to work, and work with that. That's your fuel. That's how you stand up. That's how you stand up. If somebody bullying you, get on the ground and do 100 push-ups and think about that bullier how he making you feel, and take it and put it into the push-up. Take it and practice your sets with that punching bag, your kicks, your roundhouses. Take that energy that he make you feel, she make you feel, you know? Somebody making you feel incompetent on the job, transmute it. Take that energy they making you feel incompetent and make it light a fire to drive you to go study, to get another degree. Transmutation. But the art of transmutation, I picked that up from Napoleon Hill. I'm a big fan of his, read plenty of his books. And I'm gonna go further into transmutation one day, because the art of transmutation is one of the most powerful tools. Transmutate the sex energy. That's how you get that your emotions under control. That's how you get your sex energy under control. But really, sex energy. That's the biggest thing you can transmutate, man. And men use sex energy to conquer women. We transmutate that energy we feeling, that lust for that woman, and we create a plan with that energy to conquer her. Take that same energy, that same lust. It's a habit. It's something you have to practice. Habits are something you have to build. So anyway, if you can harness that energy that you feel and get yourself under control instead of going out hunting women, lock yourself in, work more overtime, study harder, work out more, instead of using your sex energy to go conquer women, conquer life with it. Use it to go work out more. And like I said, it ain't nothing you just gonna have the ability to do because I gave you some words tonight. It's something you have to practice, something you have to be cognitive of. Cognitive is a big thing, man. Being in the moment, being cognitive of your situation right now, being aware, you know. That's why I don't smoke or drink, because I want to be in the moment when I'm talking with you. I ain't gonna say I don't smoke or drink, period. I don't smoke or drink when I'm teaching because I want to be present. But anyway, man, hopefully I use the word entertain, but I'm more into enlightening, and I'm no guru by any means, but this video is for nephews and sons, anybody else who may just be flying by, you know, if that help you too. But as long as I stay where I'm at, man, you know what I'm saying? What I mean is do what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be leaving breadcrumbs, game for the game. As long as I keep living in my purpose, I feel like I'm gonna do a good job, because I come here pure heart to deliver this message to you. All right, man. I feel like I done rambled on enough with y'all tonight, but man, thank y'all for joining me again, man. Larry Brooks, man, Big Larry. Big Larry Monte Brooks, boy. Game for the game, episode 5, baby.